Hi Pep Stars, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be completing the mathematics curriculum-based test. So let's get right to the questions. In the last video, we stopped at question 20. Now we're gonna move on to question 21. All right, so question 21 says, examine the statement Mike made about comparing two decimal numbers. Use it to answer item 21. When comparing two decimal numbers, the one with more digits after the decimal point has the larger value. Compare each of the following pair of decimals. Which pair of decimals would make the statement that Mike made false? Let's compare the decimals. So based on Mike's statement, we can say that this pair of decimal A makes Mike's statement false because if we are to compare 0.050 and 0.50, then we would see that the 5 here for 0.50 is in the 10th place and the 0.50 decimal, there is nothing in the 10th place, so therefore 0.50 is a larger decimal than 0.050. So the answer is A. The 3 bars below shows how 2,400 was divided into 12 equal parts and shared among 3 boys, Tyrone, Andrew, and Michael. Use the information and the bars to answer items 22 and 23. So I'm actually gonna just break up the 12 parts and assign the different values to each of the persons, each of the boys. So if we have 2,400 divided into 12 equal parts, I can say I can divide 2,400 by 12 and I'll get 200. So I know that each of these parts is 200. And if each of these parts is 200, that means that Tyrone has $600. Andrew has $800. And then Michael has $1,000. Because I'm just multiplying 200 by the number of squares. All right, how much more money did Andrew receive than Tyrone? Let's look at Andrew's amount and Tyrone, and that's $200 more. And the next question, how much money did Michael receive? And that's 1,000. Which of the following is an example of a statement below? The product of a number and its reciprocal is 1. This is a repeated question. The correct answer is B. Let me just show the working out. we realize the numerator and the denominators have the same numbers, they're only different places. So 4 times 3 is 12. And 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 over 12. 12 goes into 12 one time. So that's a correct. Anton made a statement which is shown in the box below. Use it to answer item 25. Two fractions can be equivalent even though they're not represented in the same way. For which pair fraction model does the shaded part show Anton's claim? It looks to be the correct answer. Because if I bring this one here, it's going to be a quarter that is shared, and this is a quarter that is shared. But let's look at the other options. This is not correct. This is a half, and this is 1/3. This is a quarter, and this is half. And this is 2/3, and this is 1/3 of the fraction part. The correct answer is examine the incomplete pattern. Each term in the pattern is increased by the same number. Use it to answer item 26. What is the number that each term is increased by? This is also a repeated question. So if we increase the number by 7, 5 plus 7 is 12. And then we'll also have another 7. 7 plus 12 is 19. 19 plus 7 is 26. And 26 plus 7 is 33. And 33 plus 7 is 4. So the answer is. Jada wants to calculate, the price of the blouse below. It has an original price tag of 500. Use it to answer item 27. 20% off for the sale price. We know that 10% of any 3-digit number is the first 2 digits. So 10% of 500 is 50, and we'll just double that by 2 to get 20%, which is 100. So the correct answer is which of the following shows the correct way to calculate how much Jada would pay for the blouse? The correct answer is C. Because we'll find 100, which is the percentage, and this is the working out. I did it the shorter way. And then we subtract 100 from the original price, and then we get the sale price, which is 400. Next question. Kelly ate a third of a chocolate bar shown below. Use it to answer item 28. Kelly wants to share the remainder of the chocolate bar equally among 3 friends. Which diagram shows how the chocolate must be shared to each of Kelly's 3 friends? So if one of Kelly's friends gets this portion, then if it's equal, then it would be, yes, that line is not drawn straight. Then it would be this here, and this portion here would have not been shared. So this is not correct. Look at this one now. So I'm just approximating, and this looks to be the answer. Because if Kelly is spraying one portion, then the other person gets the second, and Miss gets three, then it's equally shared. Look at the other answers though, just to make sure this is not correct because this is half of the portion that should be shared, and this is 3/4. So the correct answer is. Examine the two fraction models in the box below. Use them to answer items 29. Which of the following is true about the sum of 5/8 and 1.5? So what I'll do, because these are of the same sizes, I'll actually just bring over one of these, and this will be a whole. And then I'd be left with 1, 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll be left with 2/4. Right? Hold on. Actually 2/6. Is 2/6. And 2/6 is 1/3. I'm reducing. So I get 1 whole. If I add both of them, I'll get 1 and 1/3. And 1 and 1/3 is between 1 and 1.5. The correct answer. Examine the diagram below, not drawn to scale. It consists of a triangle and a rectangle. Use it to answer item 30. What is the total area of the diagram? So for the total area of the diagram, we'll separate the two shapes and find the area individually, and then we add it up. So we can find the area of the rectangle first, and the area of the rectangle is length times width, which is 6 times 10, which is 60 centimeters square. And then the area of the triangle here, if this side is 6, this side is also 6. So I'll multiply 2 and then multiply the two measurements here, dimensions, and then I'll divide it by 2. Because that's how you find the area of a triangle. So we multiply 5 times 6, which is 30, and 30 divided by 2 is 15. So the area for this triangle is 15 centimeters square. And if I add 15 plus 60, that's 75 centimeters. This is also a repeated question. A school has two water tanks, tank A and tank B. They're both rectangular prisms. The base of tank A measures 300 centimeters times 300 centimeters, and the base of tank B measures 230 centimeters times 350 centimeters. The height of both tanks are the same, which is true about tank A and tank B. So if we're supposed to multiply the dimensions that we already have, tank A would have been measuring 90,000 centimeters square, because there's only 2 dimensions that we're calculating at the moment. And then for tank B, it would have been 80,500 centimeters square already. So whatever we multiply tank A and B by, tank A will still have the larger dimension because it already is more than tank B. So the correct answer is that tank A will hold more water than tank B. And if we look at the example, if you multiply 90,000 by 100,000, this is tank A. I'm just gonna say A. And B is 80,500. So whatever you multiply it by, say you multiply it by this 10, right? 10 times 90,000 would be 900,000. 10 times 85,000 would be 800,000. 805,000. Right? So it's still gonna be more. So that's the correct answer here. The diagram below, not drawn to scale, shows a rectangular play field with the sections that has been fenced around for the sand pit. Use it to answer item 32. So we're seeing the sand pit here. And to get the dimensions for the sand pit, we're gonna subtract 34 and 25. That's 9 here. I'm just working out the dimensions for the sand pit. And above here was 14. So here's gonna be 10 meters. So we can now calculate the perimeter for the sand pit. So 9 plus 9 is 18. And 10 plus 10 is 20. And 18 plus 20 is 38. So the answer is 38 meters. Let's move on to number 33. The diagram below, not drawn to scale, shows the rectangular room. And it's the floor, it's a living room. It's the floor of the living room, it's rectangular. And the living room measures 5 meters in length and 4.5 meters in width. The area of the square tile that is being used to tile the floor is 0.25 meters square. Use the information and the diagram to answer item 33. So if one of these tiles is 0.25, what I'll actually do, I'll just count the dimensions across. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9. 9 tiles can hold there. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 tiles can hold along this side. So how many tiles are needed to tile the entire living room? And we'll just multiply the 9 times 10, which is 90, so we'll get 90 tiles. A cuboid-shaped cardboard box has the volume of 4,800 centimeters cube. The height of the box is 20 centimeters, which of the following could be the length and the width of the box. For this question, so there's a problem-solving strategy known as simplifying the problem. So what I'm going to do here is to simplify the values that are given in the problem. So instead of using 4,800, I'm actually going to use 48. And instead of using 20, I'm actually going to use 2. I'm going to see which combinations of length and width I can multiply by 2 to get 48. Or essentially, which combinations of dimensions I can multiply by 20 to get 4,800. But I'm just using the simplified version, and then I'll add the zeros afterwards. So I can say 4 times 2 is 8. And 8 times 2 is 16, which is not 4,800. So that's not the correct answer. 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 12 is 24. That's not the correct answer. 2 times 15, 30. And 8 times 30. Which is also 24. And it's not the correct answer. Well, not 24, 240. But it's not the correct answer. And let's now do the last one. 2 times 15, 30, and 16 times 30 is 480. And as I said, I'll just add on the 0 now. So if it's 480, I'll add on the 0. For the 20 that I took off, it's going to give me 4,800. The correct answer is the table below in Dr. Johnson's scale shows a shape and the explanation 2 students gave about its perimeter. Use the shape and the explanations to answer item 35. Student A says to find the perimeter of the shape at all the lengths of the sides along the boundaries of the shape. And student 2 says to find the perimeter of the shape, add up all the numbers shown in the shape. Student A is correct because for the perimeter of the entire shape, we're just going around the boundaries of the shape. So we'll just add up the numbers around the boundaries and get the correct. What keeps happening? I'm not sure. I need to clear up some space on my device. Examine the six shapes below. Use them to answer item 36. The solid can be created using all six shapes is the rectangular prism. This is a repeated question, by the way. And the shapes used in the diagram S, T, and U make good floor tiles because they fit together as is without leaving spaces. The shapes used in the diagram B and W do not make good floor tiles. Examine the shapes carefully, then use them to answer item 37. Which of these shapes will not make a good floor tile? Correct answer is D, because when you have the curved spaces, it's going to be difficult for them to make a complete tile because something is going to be left behind. And if we look at the example, that is what is here. Number 38, which of the following, when used to replace the diamond, would make the statement true? Eight plus 6 is not less than 2. When you subtract 6 from 8 is 2. So it's 2 is not less than 2. 2 is actually equal to 2. When you divide 8 by 2, then it's going to be less than 2. Multiply 8 times 6 is not less than 2. So 8 divided by 2 is actually 1.3. So the correct answer is C. Number 38, the table below shows the ages in years of the people at Susan's 18th birthday party. Use it to answer item 39. How many people at the party were older than Susan? For the stem and leaf plot, we add the stem plus the leaf or put them together and then we'll get the number. So the answer here is 28 is greater than 18, also 30, also 33, and 36. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 persons that are older than Susan. The final question, the graph below shows the number of grade 6 students that owns school bags of different colors. Use it to answer item 40. This is also a repeated question. There are 40 students in grade 6. Which statement is true about the graph? More students have yellow bags than blue bags. That's not correct. They have the same number. More than half of the students have either black or gray bag. That's not correct. Black is 10, gray is 18, and half of 40 is 20. White has the least popular bag. That's not true. Pink is the least popular. And it says quarter of the students have black bags. That is correct because 10 is a quarter of 40. Let me stop sharing. So there you have it, students. That's the complete 2024 mathematics curriculum-based test paper. I saw a lot of questions that were related to measurement. For the first half, I saw more racial questions, and then for the latter part of the paper, I saw more measurement type questions, graphs. But I think overall the paper was manageable. Please comment below so you can share how much you thought you got out of the entire exam, and also how do you think the paper was. I'm seeing the comments and I'm replying. Just bear with me. So in the next video, we're going to look at the social studies paper. I look forward to joining with you again to share the review for the paper. Until next time, enjoy yourself. And I know you're on the break right now. Isn't this amazing? Yes, all hard work pays off because now we can really relax, right? All right.